Hi there. So as you can see, we've got the
developer update for July 2020.
So we've got new changes. The Cannibal update. In the 4.1.0 update, we've taken some time to revisit Leatherface, as well as some of his perks and his add-ons. So his Biscuit Changes. First, the Cannibal's chainsaw now activates like the Hillbillies rather than needing to be fully charged and then release. This small change prevents instances where you release the button a silver too early and cancel your chainsaw accidentally. This really happened a lot with Cannibal, so this will be a really good change. You won't want to hold it for too long, though, or else Leatherface will go into a tantrum. Bubba's chainsaw now has 3 charges by default. When starting your chainsaw sweep, one of these charges will be consumed. Pressing the power button again while the sweep is active will refresh it and consume another charge, allowing you to continue using your chainsaw for another 2 seconds. You want to assess the situation carefully, though. Each charge you use will also extend the tantrum and missed attack cooldown, so using more charges can backfire if you are not able to follow though. Charges refill automatically at a rate of 1 every few seconds. I like the idea that they introduced charges to your chainsaw, and I think that the extended tantrum and miss attack cooldown will balance him so he doesn't get too overpowered. Additionally, Leatherface's maximum movement speed while using his power has been increased from 5.06 meters per second to 5.29 meters per second. This, in conjunction with the other changes mentioned above, will make the Cannibal feel much better to play as and much more threatening to play against. And here's a preview of the changes in action. And now his add-on changes. We've got shop lubricant. I'm not gonna read those, so you can pause the video and watch them. And his perk changes. Franklin's Demise. Your vicious attacks make the survivors drop their item on impact. The lost item will be consumed by the entity after 120 seconds, 100 seconds, and 90 seconds if it's not picked up before the timer runs out. The aura of the item will be revealed on the ground within 32 meters in a white aura. The aura of items will fade to red until they are consumed by the entity. Knockout. Survivors put into the dying state by your basic attack are not revealed to other survivors when they are standing outside of a 32-24 or 16-meter range. Survivors put into the dying state by your basic attacks crawl 50% slower for 15 seconds. During this time, survivors are affected by the blindness status effect. And now the worst change. The Hillbilly update. Keeping with the theme of everything chainsaws, the Hillbilly is also receiving some changes in this update. For the most part, we are happy with the way the Hillbilly performs. His power is very versatile, allowing him to quickly traverse the map, zone out survivors, and instantly down them. From a survivor's perspective, there is also a reasonable amount of counterplay, leading to interesting chases, where the best player often comes out on top. And now his base kit changes. Given that we're already pretty happy with the way the Hillbilly performs, the changes to his base kit are minimal. We are not removing any of the options you have with his chainsaw, traversal, feathering, curving, etc. Instead, we want to focus on the skill-based gameplay and put an emphasis on using your chainsaw effectively, only adding a small drawback to misusing your chainsaw. In 4.1.0, the Hillbilly's chainsaw will now feature a new overheat mechanic. Revving the chainsaw will now cause it to accumulate heat, which can be seen both in the lower left corner around the power icon and on the chainsaw itself. Sprinting with the chainsaw will also cause it to heat up at a much lower rate. This heat will dissipate over time whenever the chainsaw is not being used. If the overheat meters fills up completely, it can no longer be used until it was completely cooled down. When this happens, it will cool down at an increased rate. If the chainsaw overheats as you are sprinting, your sprint will not be interrupted. The goals behind this change is to add a small drawback for misusing the chainsaw and to add a bit more depth in the chainsaw with resource management. Check out the overheat mechanic in action. First, I think that this change is trash. No one, apart from a rank 20 survivor, said that this change is good. This is not a good change at all. Hillbilly is not that overpowered as many rank 20 survivors think. Hillbilly is an okay killer and he's in an okay spot, so I think that this change is trash. And I know I can't do anything about it, but still, who thought of this? Is just a rank 20 that doesn't know how to play Hillbilly or counter his chainsaw. So I think that this change is bad. And now the Hillbilly update overheat mechanic. Here are some of his add-on changes. I'm not gonna read them. You can pause it if you want to. And then we have the perk changes, Lightborn and Tinkerer. Lightborn, unlike other beasts of the fog, you have adapted to light. You are immune to blindness caused by flashlights and firecrackers. Survivors that attempt blinding you have their aura revealed for 6, 8, and 10 seconds. I think this is a great change to Lightborn. And now Tinkerer. When a generator is repaired to 70% repair progress, it triggers a loud noise notification, and you are granted the undetectable status effect for 12, 14, and 16 seconds. And yeah, this is it for the video. I'm not gonna talk about the server improvements or the promo code system. If you want to, you could watch other people's videos, but I won't talk about this. And also, the public test build will be on July 7th. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe and like if you like this content. And bye.